designed for. Oh my goodness. This is like a track right here. It's perfect. Flex a muscle of this. Incredible car. This is something you probably would never hear in the US. Just listen to this beautiful sounding engine. It's just something from the past. Like, this is, I'm reliving my childhood in the 90s, and again, listening to this, like, this is something you're not gonna hear in the US, unfortunately. Definitely, it's to me, like, this is a dream coming true. Like, I always wanted this car. Definitely, I understand why these cars are not in the US market. It's just the Tacoma, to be honest, is just more refined than this. This is more basic. It's just, here's a motor, indestructible motor. Here's a manual transmission. Here's nothing. All you need is very utilitarian vehicle. Like I showed you guys, it's got like a leaf spring in the back. I'm not sure if this is a spec like this, but I believe, if I have to guess, it is. This is a utilitarian vehicle, basically. So I do find it to be more attractive and more kind of like opposing than, let's say, cars like the Tacoma. The ride quality, as you would expect, it's a truck, and it drives and feels like a truck. The turning radius is rather awful. Reminds me of my trucking days. And do not ask me about 0 to 60. This is not a fast vehicle. It's a very slow vehicle. But it's just the behavior of this vehicle is just that I like. It's just like easy. It's great for towing, maybe something. And the fuel mileage is incredible. Like, I drove close to like 300 miles, and on like a half a tank. Like I'm gonna put the figures on the I'm gonna put the figures of the fuel mileage of this diesel Toyota truck, and it's just not like how it's just everything. It's got a spirit of a truck. It's basically a semi, like old school, maybe coaster, maybe an old school. It's just we're not gonna see anything like this. Like I don't think even these countries are going away. And definitely like on the bad side, like I would love if it has like a backup camera, which you should. I would like if there's more options for the seat, like you can raise, or I'm sure you can option these, like you can these as an option. Yeah, it's just perfect. Unfortunately, it's perfect, but it's not sold in the US. And I got the pleasure of driving this vehicle. Cornering, braking, forget about it. It's all-wheel drive, of course, and you do feel the dominating rear-wheel drive, the way it just rides and pushes, and you just feel confident. You just feel confident. You can just go over any terrain, basically. Like the least of your worries is the terrain. Definitely. Also, I see it only got front airbags. I don't even think it has it does have an airbag, a passenger airbag, but nothing here. There's no side airbags, there's nothing. This is utilitarian, basically. So one of the reasons why. And also, you know, with emissions, these kind of motors are a no-go, basically. So the whole ride from Miraflores to down here, the desert, I'm constantly like smelling the fume of diesel, like in the car. So yeah, you're gonna get the reliability that we all want, but definitely it's on other costs. So basically you're gonna smell the fume. Like even I was driving a semi truck that doesn't have that issue. So let's do a pull here real quick and see. It's not for 0 to 60. It's not that car. It's very slow. It's very, very slow. It's kind of like, it's torquey, very torquey, but not much of horsepower with this. Yeah. And not much to cover, really. It's a joy to drive this one. And another thing, doesn't have a cruise control, which I find to be interesting. I guess you can option this. I'm sure you can, and I'm sure you can also option it with the automatic. I wouldn't get it with other option than the manual. I'm kind of used to driving the manual, and I do like the way it behaves, the way the car behaves altogether, the gearing of the transmission, and how it coordinates with the motor. It's just a pleasure vehicle to drive. It's just perfect for me. Let's overtake this car. That's what this car like element is, the off-road. Basically, it's not like off-roading for fun like we do in the US. It's just how the roads are. Like here. Now we are in a desert. So this is where the car shines, off-road. So let's get this one. It's pretty rough over here, but no problem. It is a Toyota utility vehicle that is built for roads like this. No problem. All-wheel drive, not even a struggle, not even a problem. So let's see. The high torque is, I think, is close to 400 pound-feet of torque. It's very sufficient. It gets the car going, like, especially. You feel very confident driving this, and also you do have the flock and all-wheel drive, which I'm not using. I'm using the rear-wheel drive. I'm not even using the all-wheel drive. Oh, yes sir, yes sir. Gotta love these. Deserto. Oh my goodness. I should never be a off-roader. This makes me anxious a little bit. Holy shit. I should never be an off-roader because I get anxiety. Oh boy. Yeah, that shit. Oh. Yeah. What's up, YouTube? Today I have a very special car I'm gonna review for you. Let's fire it up. And let it run. Let it warm up. Clutch in. What you're hearing is a diesel motor. So today we have a very beautiful vehicle that we do not get in the USA called Toyota Hilux, which is, I'm not sure if the market is for not there, that we just don't have in the US. It's a very bone stock with a diesel engine, manual transmission, and that's it. That's all. Specialty vehicle. I can call it like a specialty vehicle that does one thing and not trying to do anything else. Just one thing. I hope the noise is not too loud. I'm gonna try to hold my phone pretty close. So it just does one thing, and it does it really, really, really well. It's just being a basic utility, work, off-road car, and that's it. Not trying to be fancy, not trying to be a luxury sport car, super fast, 0-60, no, nothing, none of that BS, none of that. It's just a basic vehicle, gets the job done. body over frame, very basic, with a starting MSRP of $20,000. Yes, guys, it does have it doesn't have a push button start, doesn't have cylinder deactivation. Yes, it is 2022, and that's all. So starting over here with the front, this one basically it's not it is the basic one, but it does have a few upgrades. They did add these, and I believe those are not the original tires for this car, but just look at it's all-wheel drive, and what you hear under the hood, and it's just have a basic halogen light bulbs, nothing fancy, no start and stop, no turbo, no super boost, none of that BS, none of that. Very basic look. And if you go back in time, like this car, I remember when it first came out, like in early 2000, and as you can see, not much changes. Like it didn't change at all, and this is not a bad thing. I'm not complaining. Actually, it's a good thing. You still recognize this car as a Toyota Hilux from the early days of 2000. And of course, this also had been added, included these roll bars over here, which makes the car a lot more rigid than it actually is. Another look from the back, this iconic Toyota in the back, Toyota Hilux, tow hook right here, and this clearance of this car. And I really like these additive tires and the steel bumper. No sensors, nothing, not even a backup camera on this one, which makes it extremely cost effective. Here it's pretty heavy, and it just drops, ready to go to work. No fancy gadgets, nothing. Just says ready to strap things over here. That's it, nothing more. It's got a very heavy duty back, and over here you see the diesel fume, and I can smell the diesel, and of course the spare tire in the bottom, and I can smell the fume. I can tell this car does not have any of the treatment that comes in the modern diesel vehicles. And this is the diesel cab, no DEF additives, nothing. Basically no recycling, no soot, no regen, none of that BS. That I'm not against it, it's just I'm against they're putting all these technology and not perfecting them, and the consumers, especially guys who work, or is just on expense of the reliability of the vehicle. Under the hood is the emblem, nothing behind it, it's just an emblem. Doesn't have radars, doesn't have nothing. It's for people actually want to go to work and want, in fact, a durable car that's gonna last them for a very long time. So if you're looking for a car that is built for a long time ago but still produced today, that's your answer. That is your answer. And the way it sounds, just listen back. Just listen to that. I'm assuming it doesn't have a turbo. I do not see. It's just a diesel. Assembled diesel. No, it does have. It does have a turbo. Where is that? It's just spurs. Very basic. And at this configuration, believe it or not, guys, it gets about 33 miles to the gallon. 33 miles to the gallon on a diesel. Yes, it doesn't have any of those fancy regenerative regen for soot collection, for DEF treatment, after treatment for the diesel, none of that. It's just a basic diesel engine with a simple manual transmission. Great clearance for people who want to work and want something that lasts a very, very, very long time. I understand a lot of people don't like to work, don't want a car that lasts a long time. They just want a toy that will. That's why a lot of the manufacturers. So the history of this, after 2000, they separated between. There's no more Toyota. Toyota Tacoma was for the North America and Hilux for the rest of the world, pretty much. And we just don't get these cars. In these cars, there's a lot of misconception. These are not built on the same platform as the Tacoma. It's not a Tacoma. So let me show you the turning radius on this. It doesn't have a big turning radius, which is not a big complaint. So look at this. Going over the hardware. It's a all-wheel drive vehicle, and that is it. That's as far as you can turn. Turning radius is not the best on this. Side skirt right here, and also you have on the back the leaf spring, and of course is a body over frame for work purposes. And you can see on the other side the same. It's got a big, almost like a semi-truck rear def. It does have all-wheel drive and lacking depth as well. I'm gonna start in the back. This is the double cab. Really nothing. This has been added. This doesn't come from the factory with these. So here, it's got a real nice. Very compact. I feel like in a military vehicle. I don't like this, but it does make the car feels a little bit more rigid and a little bit more strong and tough. These right here, small windows, nothing over here. This is not complaining. I just love how basic this car is. I really love to have something that doesn't have all these gadgets. At least we can't, some of the cars, like you can't even option them for the base ones. Like you can't even get them basic. It's just going up and up and up in the price. You're paying extra for things you don't use, you don't even know that you have in your car. In the back, it doesn't open. Sorry guys, this is for work. Okay, and in the back, I'm a 6'2" and decent basic speakers. I don't imagine this to be a very nice sound system. It's got a really good clearance on this car. And here you can see the angle of that leaf spring. And of course you can smell the fume of the diesel. Coming to the front, you get one bottle holder right here, and the good stuff over here for the window lock, unlock, and nothing else. No mitigation, no lane keeping assist, no blind spots, nothing that makes this car extremely cost effective. But one thing I do not like is really the I wish they had like this adjustable where you can lift up the seat a little bit. It just goes back in front, that's it, and you can recline the seat, and that's about it. And look guys, look, no e-brakes, actual mechanical one for 2022. And of course the good old trusty manual transmission. Decent size over here. and AC, of course, and that's it. I feel like I'm stepping in a car from the 80s or the 90s. It does have airbag here and a passenger airbag, and that's it. None of the side airbags or any of that. Okay, again, for the frame right here, it just restricts the visibility a little bit more. And you do have eco mode and a power mode, which nothing powerful about this car. It's just a work car. And look how simple is the gadget over here. You don't even have cruise control. I believe you can option that. You can get the cruise control as an option, and you along with the automatic, which I wouldn't get the automatic, you know me. It does have the goodies over here. It's got 4 low, 4 high, and it's got the 4 high and the 4 low. AC, and it's got here toggles for extra, like for here it makes the beeping sound when you put it on reverse. I believe it's been added to the car. Defroster over here, and that's it. That's it. Look how simple this is. I personally would like if it had a rear reverse camera. It definitely makes maneuvering this thing a lot easier, and it's a large vehicle, especially here in Peru. And the stereo over here, and that's it. And that's it. That's it. It does have a traditional key fob. I know a lot of people like, oh, and complain about how basic and simple. Not everybody wants a push button start. Like, I really don't care about push button start. I don't care if the car has a push button start. I don't mind sticking the key and starting the car up. Well, guess what? The chance this will break is slim to none. Almost the chance of this breaking is slim to none. So here you go. Here you have it. Here you have it. A very basic car. Unfortunately, with the growing market and the competition, is just that everybody trying to be so many things. They're trying to be sporty. They're trying to be luxury. They're trying to be everything in one. Why not just be basic? Like, I like how basic this thing is. I know, like, I can buy this car and just go hundreds of thousands of miles without worrying about anything. I really wish cars like this. I know this car probably won't be for anyone, most people, but I believe there is a buyers who are looking for something just basic, man, just simple. There's people out there who like and want to drive. They don't want all this assist, self-driving BS. That's it. That's all you have for a car that will last you hundreds and hundreds of thousands of miles. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you next time. Peace.